Good afternoon and welcome to the Shay Stadium for this Betfred Championship clash between the Halifax Panthers and the Newcastle Thunder. Today the Shay Stadium, the 16th of July 2023. Let's go through the teams. First and foremost for the Panthers, Simon Griggs has rung the changes this week, and there's even been more drama before the kick-off with James Woodburn-Hall pulling up with injury. I'll read his replacement at halfback this week in due course. So the Panthers line up as followed. Brandon Pickersgill comes into the side at fullback, he wears 18. And a familiar looking back line with Lachlan Wormsley wearing 2, Zach McComb wearing 3, Ben Crooks wears 35, and James Saltonstall wears 5. At halfback, Louis Jouffre stays there at 6, and Tom Inman, a last minute replacement for James Woodburn-Hall, wears 20, he's at scrum half. Front rows, Will Calcott, 16, Adam O'Brien, the birthday boy, wears 34, and Dan Murray wears 10. The back row, as seems to be always at the moment, 11, 12 and 13, Ben Kavanagh, Matty G and Jacob Fairbank complete the scrum. On the bench of the Panthers, Brandon Moore wears 9, back into the side. Ryan Lannon wears 19, Dan Fleming wears 29, and Kevin Leroy wears 31. Adam Tangata wears 8, and he's the 18th man today for the Panthers. Newcastle Thunder, they're looking to avenge the defeat they suffered against the Panthers in the northeast a couple of months ago, and looking to keep on the momentum after winning last week. They line up as Alex Donaghy at fullback wearing 6, and Alex Young wears 2, and Gideon Boafo wears 20 on the other wing. The centres are number 3 Marcus Walker and number 5 Alex Clegg. The halfbacks for the Thunder, number 27 Jack Miller and number 13 Connor Bailey. In the pack for the Thunder, the Chappellow twins James and Ed, 8 and 15 respectively, and X-Fax player Curtis Davis is a hooker at 9. Back row for the Thunder, number 17 Robert Tuliatu even, number 12 Brad Gallagher, and number 10 Mitch Clark. Spent a few games at Halifax a few years back. On the bench for the Thunder, danger man Deneve Bounforth wears 14, number 28 Nicholas Staveley, number 29 Tyler Walton, and number 40 Evan Simons. 23 Connor Moore is the 18th man for the Thunder. And they are coached today by Chris Storman. The Newcastle native taking charge of his hometown team. Very much like Simon Griggs for Halifax, as the Panthers looking to get back to winning ways after a frankly embarrassing 42-0 defeat away at Batley last time out, as we look to keep pace with the playoff chase, with Halifax still in 6th just about, but London and Widnes breathing down our necks. The teams come out to the field, led by captain Brandon Moore, although he'll start the game on the bench. Halifax wearing blue and white, and Newcastle Thunder wearing all purple with yellow trim. With Halifax playing from left to right, attacking the north stand in the first half, to be attacking the south stand in the second. And it looks like the way they're setting up that it's Newcastle Thunder to be kicking off. There's Cameron Worsley, the referee, today to get us underway. As Brandon Pickersgill gets a warm reception from the south stand. His first game I believe, since the away trip to Newcastle a couple of months back. What response have the Panthers got after last week? Can the changes, the men that have been brought in, state their claim for a regular spot? As the sun beats down on this Shay Stadium. We've had all sorts of weather this weekend, but for the moment it's perfect conditions for a game of rugby league. I was just waiting for the referee's whistle, and it's Donaghy. He'll get us underway. Goes long and deep from the kickoff taken by Walmsley. He'll hand it on to returning Dan Murray. Takes 3 Newcastle Thunder defenders to put him down on the 15. Inman waits at dummy half. And there's Crooks who takes it in. First of all, put down just over the 20 metre line. O'Brien frees Ufraid onto Fairbank, and Fairbank attracts 3 Newcastle defenders who put him down. Strong defence from the Thunder so far. Here's Murray. Second run of the set for Dan Murray. Quick play of the ball. Jufrey runs across field, brings on Calcott. And Calcott hits the line, but the Chapalau twins put him down 5 short of halfway on the last tackle for Fax. Jufrey pulls it high and long towards centre field. Donaghy juggles with it, but claims it just about. A little bit of nerves in the first couple of minutes here for the Thunder, but good chase from Matty G. Here's one of the wingers, Boafo. He's put down well by Fairbank and Jufrey on the 30. As Marcus Walker takes it in, big collision there from Calcott, held out by O'Brien, and Zach McComb back in his familiar centre position. As Ed Chapalau takes him, great tackle there from Fairbank. As Newcastle about to pass halfway with Clark, and Clark pulled down again by Fairbank downstairs with O'Brien upstairs. Last tackle for the Thunder as Jack Miller puts boot to ball and puts it really high, but too deep for any chasers, and well taken by Pickersgill. Under no real pressure, but it still needed taking. And that'll do his confidence world of good after not featuring for so long. Walmsley finds Saltonstall puts his nose through. Couldn't get the offload, but he gets a quick play of the ball, and Inman jumps in the dummy half, finds Matty G, and Matty G makes some really good yards, goes past the 40. For Fax, Jufrey jumps in the dummy half, finds McComb. McComb thought about the pass, but he takes it in himself as he finds halfway. He's stacking it left as Fairbank thought about the pass but goes himself. Turns in the tackle, but the Thunder defence put him down just past the 40 metre line. O'Brien feeds Jufrey, and Jufrey puts it high. McComb and Saltonstall chase him, but it's too deep. But Wafo takes it on the full, but it's a good chase there, and Jacob Fairbank thunders into the tackle. This gets a great round of applause from the crowd. And more good defence there from Calcott and O'Brien. Here's Marcus Walker again, as Jacob Fairbank really putting himself about in his first few minutes. Good tackle there from Dan Murray, finding himself out wide, but still doing the job, helped out by Jufrey. Here's Donaghy, finds Chapalau. Ed Chapalau, that is. Put down by 3 fast defenders, but gets a quick play of the ball. Last tackle for the Thunder, and Miller just looks for distance, but he just goes straight into the arms of James Saltonstall, who hands it on to Pickersgill, who in turn hands on to Walmsley, looking to counter-attack early Halifax. Walmsley put down just shy of the 40. Inman thought about the pass to Crooks, he just overran it, so safety first for the hooker comes scrum half. Crooks gets it this time, thought about the pass but just takes it himself. Just shy of the halfway line. Here's Fairbank, out the back to Jufrey. Matty G ran through the gap, and Jufrey just gave himself up. Still tackles here for Halifax as O'Brien feeds Fairbank, drops off to Calcott, and Calcott good yards after contact there. on the last for the Panthers. Dufresne once more, puts it high. Good for Salt and Stall and McComb to chase, but Boafo takes it well again. That's a great chase from Halifax, but Boafo gets out the clutches and eventually put down by Will Calcott. Here's Walker once more. Great contact there from Matty G. Held by Dufresne as well. Here's Alex Young. Alex Young, brother of Dom Young, England international. He's put down another 25. Loose pass there from number 13. Connor Bailey finding himself at halfback. Here's Chapalau once more, and Matty G stands up to the challenge. Neved Chapalau. Last tackle for the Thunder, still struggling to get out of enemy territory. It's Donaghy this time who slices the kick. Bounces back. Someone needs to claim it, and Inman does. Hands on to Walmsley. On to Pickersgill. Looks the counter attack from fullback. He's put down the 40. Both sides going set for set at the moment. No one really on top at this moment in time as Walmsley walking backwards over halfway. They can't put him down and gets a quick play of the ball too. Cal hands it on to Murray. And Murray finds his front just past the 40. Quick play of the ball. O'Brien chooses to go blind. Inman on to Kavanagh. Kavanagh steps at the line. Fax 25 metres out from the line. O'Brien goes blind once more but comes inside. But the referees ruled a knock on. Out to play the ball from Ben Kavanagh. And that's the first error of the game. We've played just over 6 minutes. And it's still 0-0. And Newcastle will start the set just outside their own 20 as Young finds 4 Halifax defenders waiting for him. Finished off there by Murray. Just Clark takes it up this time. Good yards there from Mitch Clark. He gets a good play of the ball on the 40. Chapalau moves the ball on. Tuliatu steps inside, manages to get the offload as well. Good pass by Tuliatu. As Newcastle make their way into Halifax's half. Here's Chapalau. James Chapalau that time. Bailey out the back to Miller. Miller's got runners there, but great tackle there from Ben Crooks. He weren't going anywhere there, was the Newcastle man, as Miller puts the ball up. No real length on it. It's claimed by Young. Bats the ball back and Walmsley claims it, looking to counter-attack. Well dealt with there by the Panthers in defence. And the first penalty of the game goes the way of the Panthers. Newcastle too keen in the defence. And a great opportunity for Halifax to make some headway into the Thunder half. Dufresne boots the ball to touch. Don't get any real length in there. 15 metres at the most. There'll be O'Brien will tap and feed Murray, who runs towards centre field and does well after contact. Dan Murray. 35 metres out from the Newcastle line. Here's Inman. Finds Dufresne out the back to Pickersgill. 3-on-2 here for Halifax. Pickersgill to go through the gap, but well tackle there by the Newcastle defence. I think it was Bailey who just about got to him. Dufresne finds Calcott on the drop-off. Calcott stands the tackle, but he's put down by Chapalau. As Halifax look to go left through Fairbank. Fairbank out the back to Inman. Lovely ball to Dufresne. Dufresne to Crooks. Crooks, can he power his way over Ben Crooks? Has he got his first try for the Panthers? He has. And just before the 10-minute mark, Ben Crooks powers over on that left-hand side to give Halifax the lead. They work the ball really well, on that left-hand side. Just working the ball through hands. And Ben Crooks thinking, you've had too many tries this season, Lachlan Walmsley. I'm going to go over for my first in Halifax colours. And just before 10 minutes, it's 4-0 with the kick to come. As both sides just feeling each other out, going set for set, and it was that penalty from Newcastle for offside that gave Halifax the field position to strike, to score the first try of the afternoon. But it leaves Jouffre a difficult conversion attempt on that far side. Going through his unique routine, Jouffre can he guide this ball through the post. It's certainly high enough. Has he got the accuracy? No, the flags wave the ball away. So the score remains Halifax Panthers 4, Newcastle Thunder 0. An encouraging start from the Panthers so far. Obviously low on confidence after the last few weeks. Is this the game that things turn round as Donaghy goes the same way, right hand side, collected by Walmsley onto Murray, and Murray runs towards the middle of the field where he has 4 Newcastle Thunder's defenders waiting for him. They push him back once he came. That's a fantastic defence from Newcastle. That's amazing. Pushed him back nearly 15 metres there, and he just about stays in the field of play, Dan Murray. Here's a try scorer, Crooks, trying to make some yards, much needed yards for the Panthers. But this Newcastle defence are responding really well after conceding. Walmsley feels the full force of a Chappell tackle there, but gets up quickly. O'Brien shoots some dummy arm, and that's a high tackle there from Mitch Clark. And the referee showing leniency there. We're seeing on quite a few occasions this year that those sort of tackles result in at least a sin bin, but referee Worsley happy enough that there weren't any real malice from that. Experienced player Mitch Clark. As is Adam O'Brien. And that's a much better touch finder from Jouffre. Wow. Going from one extreme to the other there with his touch finding kicks and penalties as Crooks taps it on the 30. And Halifax looking to pick up the pace. Here's Inman, finds Fairbank. Flat pass, and Fairbank will play the ball just outside the 10 centre field. O'Brien goes left to Jouffre, short ball to Kavanagh, spins the tackle. Can he get his way over Kavanagh? He's down. Is he over the line? He's just short, is Kavanagh. O'Brien fires it to Inman. On to Murray. Murray thought about the pass to Calcott, but he goes himself. Jouffre out the back to Pickersgill. Pickersgill loses the ball. And the chance has gone for the Panthers there. Good opportunity there. Missed. To go back to back. But credit the Newcastle defence for getting up in Pickersgill's face. So Newcastle have the scrum 10 metres out from their own line, centre field. Eventually when it's pat down. Referee Worsley wanting this intricate scrum to be formed correctly. And eventually Donny will make his way upfield. Put down by Inman. Here's James Chappell. It's some good yards. Adam O'Brien helps out Calcott and Fairbank there. He'll just play it where he stands. Chappell. Here's his twin brother, Ed. taking 3 Halifax defenders to stop his progress. Here's Bailey, hands on to Tuliatu. Newcastle have men there as Saltonstall rushes in. Affects it somewhat as Marcus Walker put down by McComb and G. Bailey runs across field. Either back to Miller. Ball is in motion here for Newcastle as Brad Gallagher takes on the defence but put down by Crooks and Inman. Last tackle here for Newcastle. 40 metres away from the Halifax line as Miller puts it up for his teammates to chase. Pickersgill takes it with no real pressure around him. And he'll play the ball on his own 20 metre line. Here's Saltonstall. Thought about the pass for a second there, but he keeps hold. And he's put down. Just coming up to the 25 by Chapelau. Here's Walmsley. Trying to catch the Newcastle defenders offside, but the referee not giving anything just yet. And the Newcastle defence do enough to force the knock on from Lachlan Walmsley. And a big opportunity for Newcastle to put some points on the board here. And it's the discipline with ball in hand so far is what letting Halifax down. 2 knock-ons at the play of the ball. As Newcastle have the scrum 30 metres out centre field. Bailey feeds and runs round to get the ball back. Miller finds Alex Clegg on that right hand side, but he's put down by Inman and Crooks as Newcastle start the set 15 metres out from the line. Here's Mitch Clark. Put down well by Fairbank. Tackles in the bag for Newcastle on Halifax's line. Davis shoots out from dummy half. Short ball to Ed Chapelau. He's put down 5 metres from the line. Davis goes toward the post, hands off to Clark, but great contact there from Fairbank. Held out by Murray. And O'Brien there. Still tackles here. Davis fires out to Miller. Miller short ball. Great tackle there on Gallagher by Tom Inman. Last tackle here for Newcastle. They're going to work the blind side as Miller kicks it the other way. Is it too strong? It is. Well shepherded out by Dan Murray. And Halifax will have a 7 tackle set there after dealing with a threat for Newcastle rather well. Walmsley takes a tap and he's put down by 3 Newcastle defenders just shy of the 30. Dufresne and dummy half finds Saltonstall, brings in McComb on the angle. McComb runs laterally, hands it off to Pickersgill. Pickersgill throws a dummy. He's put down by Davis, who's left behind the ruck, and it gives Calcott some room to run. Hands on to O'Brien. Inman finds Crooks, and his opportunity here for Halifax. Crooks goes himself again, but Newcastle trying to force him out of touch, but he stays in the field of play just about. Walmsley fires it to Kavanagh. Kavanagh finds Dufresne. Short ball to Fairbank, and Fairbank is pulled down 30 metres out from the Newcastle line. Here's Dufresne. Dufresne steps inside. Oh, well tackled there by Davis, but it's a quick play of the ball. Dufresne onto Inman. Inman grubbers it through, looking for the chase of Ben Crooks. Well taken by Donaghy, but that's a brilliant chase by the man who kicked the ball, Tom Inman. That's really clever play by the last second replacement at halfback. And that'll do his confidence the world of good after not featuring for the last few weeks. Itching to get back into the starting lineup. As the referee stops the clock before this goal line dropout is taken. And Newcastle are going to go short here. No, I thought they were just thinking about the short one, but Donaghy goes long. Taken by Pickersgill on to Calcott, and Calcott getting up ahead of steam, steps inside, bounces off the challenge of Ed Chapelau, and does well, does Will Calcott. Here's Murray, flat pass to Fairbank, and Fairbank put down by Tuliatu. And Curtis Davis. O'Brien finds Inman, back inside to Murray. Murray Well put down there by Davis once more, but it's a quick play of the ball. O'Brien shoots out and done me off. Fair back to Inman, but Inman knocks the ball on under pressure from the Newcastle defence, and the chance is gone. They're just getting up in our faces just when it matters. The Newcastle defence, it's throwing our rhythm off just a little bit. But all credit to them as Mitch Clark runs it up. Can hear the collisions from up here, but the penalties won. The ball's come loose, but the referee rules illegally. And Newcastle get their first penalty of the game. As the sun has just gone to bed for the time being, as Miller tries to find touch long and does really well. Walmsley prepared to jump in and keep that in, but too long, and then Newcastle will start off 30 metres from the Halifax line. Miller finds Chapelau. And then Chapelau takes his tackle 25 metres out from the line. Davis shoots out from dummy half. Out of the back to Bailey, brings on Tuliatu on the angle. His gap's here. Donaghy steps out of challenger. Kavanagh is still going. Alex Donaghy stepping, but well put down by O'Brien. Held out by Will Calcott. Davis finds James Chapelau. Ed Chapelau, that is. As Newcastle edges closer towards his Halifax line. Here's Miller. Out of the back to Donaghy. Donaghy stepping again, but well dealt with by Inman and Crooks again. Here's Miller. On to Ed Chapelau once more. Both Chapelau brothers getting through a ton of work in this first 20 minutes of the game. Last tackle here for the Thunder. Miller. Out of the back to Bailey. Short ball to Tuliatu. Great tackle there by Louis Jouffre. Brilliantly dealt with by the French halfback. As Newcastle reach the end of the set, but they turn it over 5 metres out from the Halifax line. Saltonstall taking the ball close to the ruck. He makes some metres away from his own line. Here's McComb. He meets 3 Newcastle defenders who struggle to put him down. They don't put him down, they just hold him where he is. G, close the angle, does well. As Dan Murray comes comes off the pitch, replaced by Kevin Leroy, as Tom Inman looking for a 40-20. Oh, the bounce is unkind, but it's still going to be a great kick. It's not going to go dead. What a kick that is from Tom Inman. As the chase comes in, and it's the man who put the kick in, Tom Inman. Held out by McComb, who makes the tackle. As Ryan Lannon, the other substitute, coming on for Will Calcott, as Boafo gets dumped on his back by Lannon, straight into the action along with Leroy. And Leroy looking for more work there, as Newcastle are really struggling to get out of their own 20. Clark finds Tuliatu, and Tuliatu sets out the challenge. Well put down by Matty G. As Newcastle on the 30s, Mitch Clark goes on the outside, but well dealt with by G and McComb. He still managed to get the ball out, but well seen by Zach McComb, who does really well there, McComb. As Newcastle reach the last tackle, and they're not even out their own 30. Bailey onto Miller. Miller kicks on the 30. Walmsley takes on the full. Looking for a gap in the defence, but he just runs straight and hard as Walmsley. Goes past the 40. Great result there for the Panthers. Inman finds Saltonstall. Thought about the pass to Jouffre, but takes it himself. He'll inch his way past the halfway line. Jouffre waits at dummy half. Finds his compatriot Leroy, and Leroy winds up and runs into the teeth of that Newcastle defence, but he knocks on. And yet again, Halifax being their own worst enemies there, failing to hold the ball, to play the ball. I think that's the 3rd time so far in this first 25 minutes. Every time we seem to get some momentum upfield, the ball's lost at the play of the ball. And no doubt the message coming down from Simon Griggs is just keep hold of the ball. Ball security paramount. It's still only 4-0. as Marcus Walker takes it past halfway for the Thunder from the scrum. Donny waits at dummy half. Brings on Ed Chapelau, who's put down by 3. Fax defenders. Meanwhile, Deneve Barnforth has come on for the Thunder. He's their danger man. Scored a try against us up at Newcastle. Bailey finds Barnforth. Out of the back to Miller. Miller goes wide to Donny. Donny looking to go wide. As Alex Clegg brushes off the tackle. But eventually put down by Crooks. But it's a 6 again for Newcastle, the first of the game. The Thunder will have 6 more tackles at the Panthers line as Chapelau attracts 3 Halifax defenders there. Davis, short ball to Barnforth there. Calls for a forward pass from the south stand, not heeded by the referee. As the Thunder right on that line. Miller steps inside the challenge of Kavanagh, but he's still going despite the attention of O'Brien, and Tom Inman finishes him off. Davis finds Barnforth. On to Chapelau, James Chapelau that is. Well put down by Fairbank and Lannon. Davis from dummy half. The other Chapelau brother there. There's another great tackle there from O'Brien. And he stayed down as James Chapelau there. It's very rarely you see him stay down after a challenge, so he must be hurt. And the Newcastle physio straight onto the field. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on in back play. Matty G pushing James Chapelau away from something. I'm not too sure what happened there. And James Chapelau had a word on the walk to the referee, pointing in the direction of the Halifax defenders. Not happy about something as one of the Newcastle staff gives the international sign language for a substitution. As Chris Dorman forced into a change, it's going to be number 29, Tyler Walton, that'll be coming on for Ed Chapelau, who looks like he's hurt his arm in some way, shape or form. He's got it in a sling, so that could be anything. Could be a shoulder dislocation or anything. Hopefully he's okay, not too seriously hurt. As he's led from the field. Meanwhile, Newcastle have to play the ball right on the Halifax line on the last tackle. Davis waits, fires out to Miller, and Miller chips it up towards the corner. Great leap there from Young. Gets it back inside to Miller. Miller tries to get the ball out, but it goes into the hands of Ben Crooks, and Halifax just about get away with that. Here's Walmsley's Newcastle once again defending in numbers on Halifax's line. You can't help but be impressed with the commitment so far, but Halifax get the 6 again. Newcastle messing around at the play of the ball. There's Leroya slow to his feet from the play of the ball. Here's Lannon. Lannon makes some much needed yards away from the line, but still Halifax nowhere near at the 20 as Adam O'Brien goes himself, takes us out the 20. That's a great relieving run from the hooker. Inman jumps at dummy half and finds Lannon, and Lannon tries to bump off Barnforth, but still manages to make the third 40 for Halifax. Still messing around the play of the ball, but the referee not doing anything as Fairbank finds Chapelau just past halfway. Last tackle here for Fax. O'Brien fires it to Dufresne, and Dufresne puts it high once more towards Boafo, and Boafo takes it just about, losing his balance, but he runs across the line looking to take it there. And what a tackle that is from Jacob Fairbank, forcing the mistake, I think. Has he managed to force a mistake, Jacob Fairbank? Scrum goes down, but it goes the way of Newcastle Thunder. So the referees somehow ruled that Jacob Fairbank actually went for the ball steal where he flew through the air then. Not too sure about that one, but the player's just got to get on with that. As Bailey feeds the scrum. As Walker once more takes the ball on his near side. Here's Tuliatu, met by the two substitutes, Lannan and Laroya. As Newcastle working their way out their own territory. As a substitute, Walton makes some yards up front. Here's Bailey, out of the back to Donny. Donny thought about the pass, but he steps back inside as McComb sticks to him, helped out by Matty G. 5 metres shy of halfway. Barnforth shows ball to Chapel, but goes himself. A nuggety little runner he is, Barnforth. Last tackle here for the Thunder. As Miller gets the kick away. Well taken by Saltonstall, travelling in the air. Was that a Saltonstall? Met by 3 Newcastle defenders who can't put him down. He's still stood there. Gets a quick play of the ball too. Inman finds Walmsley. Walmsley runs across field. He'll get put down on the 35. Meanwhile, Dan Fleming has come onto the field to replace Jacob Fairbank. And Fleming looked to get into the action early. Here he is. Great run from Dan Fleming. Great yards from Dan Fleming. He's still going. What a run. A sweet run there from Dan Fleming. Inman. Think you were wanting that to go wide, but Cavendish takes it on the fly. O'Brien goes from dummy half. Inman, short ball to Lannan. Halifax making some really good yards here into that Newcastle 20. Last tackle here for Fax. Going to Inman. Out the back to Dufresne. Onto Pickersgill, onto McComb. He's Saltonstall. Saltonstall steps inside. Can he power his way over the line? Jay Saltonstall. He flicks the ball out. Pass to no one but the Newcastle defender. Nearly a try there for Halifax, but they've turned possession over deep in Newcastle territory. And can Halifax put the same amount of pressure that Newcastle have been putting in their defence? Here's Alex Young, put down just shy of the 20 by Inman, who's got through a ton of work so far. Here's Barnforth. Barnforth takes the ball. Last tackle already for Newcastle. Not even out of the 30 as Miller tries to find length. 2 bounces. Controlling his feet by Pickersgill, who passes on to Saltonstall. Saltonstall trying to spy a gap, gets his nose through, looks round for support, but there's no one there. But a penalty is given by the referee for a high tackle. As Dufresne goes back to his rather conservative length in touch finding kicks, and we'll start the set on Newcastle's 40. O'Brien finds Laroya. Thought about the pass to G was through, but Laroya keeps hold and stands the tackle, gets a quick play of the ball. O'Brien finds Fleming. He's put down well by Chapelau. Oh no, sorry, by Walton, my mistake. Inman back inside to Laroya. Gets the ball out to O'Brien, and O'Brien, long ball out to Crooks, looking to take the ball on there. Well dealt with by Alex Clegg on that far side. Walmsley finds Inman. Inman onto Lannan. Lannan trying to get his nose through the gap, but he's put down by the Newcastle defence. O'Brien onto Inman. Inman, long ball out to Crooks, well taken on the fly by Crooks. Onto Pickersgill. Pickersgill stepping back inside. Halifax losing the way a little bit there. Crooks finds Inman. Drops off to Fleming, and Fleming will just go route one. He's still going, he's Dan Fleming. Eventually he's put down just shy of the line. Still tackles here for Halifax. O'Brien, short ball to Kavanagh, twisting the tackle onto Crooks. Lovely ball out the back. Walmsley steps back inside and he scored. What a try for Halifax. And Ben Crooks, classy Crooks, with an outrageous pass out the back to give Lachlan Walmsley his 30th try of the season in all competitions. Halifax fancy the blind side again. Bickersgill found Crooks, and Crooks with an amazing pass round the back. And Walmsley still had it all to do. Stepped inside two Newcastle defenders and put the ball down out wide, even though he tried to kid the referee and try and get the angle improved for Dufresne. But the 4 points is all that matters. And coming up to the last 5 minutes, Halifax stretched the lead out. They double the lead to 8 points to 0 with a kick to come. And Lachlan Walmsley, 30 tries in a season already. You have to go back to the days of Bentley and Preston for figures like that. And can Dufresne turn this 4 into 6 from the same position as his first attempt? Has he got his radar working for this second attempt? He certainly has. As Louis Dufresne gets those flags raised to indicate his first goal of the game to make the score. Halifax Panthers 10, Newcastle Thunder 0. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first half. And will that just kill the spirit a little bit of this Newcastle side, who've performed really well so far? Here's to try to score a Walm's hands on to Fleming, who's been impressive since he's come on. Quick play of the ball too, and Walmsley jumps out from dummy half. Goes towards centre field, 25 metres out from his own line. Here's Leroy. Gets up ahead of steam and does well after contact. Finds the 40-metre line for Halifax. O'Brien onto Lannon, steps back inside and he finds the halfway line too. Strong set from Halifax so far. O'Brien finds Leroy, out of the back to Inman. Inman brings in the Kavanagh. Kavanagh tries to poke his nose through, twisting the tackle. Past the 40 on the last for Halifax. Dufresne puts it high, looking for Saltonstall to chase. He takes it, Saltonstall gets the ball. Does he get the ball back inside? He does to Matty G, and Matty G is going to score. And Halifax go back to back. Brilliant play from James Saltonstall. And is that the try that changes the whole complexion of this game? Halifax go 14-0 up with under 5 minutes to go, going back to back. As Matty G gets his 4th try of the season. It was a high kick from Dufresne, not necessarily too deep, but Wafford just didn't challenge for it at all. Saltonstall claimed it and somehow got the ball out to Matty G. The Newcastle defence asking for a forward pass, but the referee was right on the spot. And Matty G strolled in under the post for his 4th try of what's turned out to be an outstanding season for the second rower. And Dufresne, you would think, would make it 2 from 3 from the conversion. He does. And after a rather slow start from the Panthers, coming up to half time, it's now 16 points to 0. So delight to those fans in the South Stand And a healthy half-time lead. It could be as Donaghy goes long. Is it too long? It is. Great play by Lachlan Walmsley. Putting his foot out into touch to collect the ball in the full, which means the penalty for Halifax on halfway. And Halifax looking for another score before half-time. Inman not wasting any time. I guess a really good touch finder too. And Fax will start the set 25 metres out. Crooks finds Inman. On to Fleming. Fleming gets up ahead of steam. But he's put on his back by the Newcastle defence. Late movement there from Dufresne, but O'Brien goes the other way. O'Brien looking for a gap behind the ruck. Great run there from Adam O'Brien. 5 metres out from the line. Here's Inman. Finds Dufresne. Dufresne, no look past the G. Can he twist his way over Matty G? There's 4 Newcastle defenders there. They stop him just shy of the line. Slowing the play the ball down too. Dufresne finds it to Leroy. Leroy throws a dummy. Can he charge his way over Leroy? The Thunder defence stop him just before the line. Inman. Great long pass out to Kavanagh. Kavanagh, footwork at the line. Twisted the tackle, but is well put down there by Brad Gallagher. Inman at dummy half. Onto Lannon. Lannon steps back. He tries to find the gap. Ryan Lannon. He twists his way over. But Newcastle desperate in the defence. Last tackle here for Fax. O'Brien onto Dufresne. Oh, they're back to Bickersgill. And Walmsley would have been walking in if it weren't for the hands of Alex Young. If that had been Union, that would have been a deliberate knock on. But Young knew exactly what he was doing there. And he had to do it. It was going to be a try one way or the other. And Halifax with 35 seconds left will have at least 2, maybe 3 tackles on Newcastle's line. Here's Leroy. They might not need those tackles. Leroy stopped just short of the line. O'Brien finds Dufresne onto McComb. McComb stopped by Marcus Walker there. Last 10 seconds of the half. You'll think it's the last tackle of the half there. Dufresne goes short to G from the ruck. As G managed to get his way over, he has, and Matty G! Gee whiz! 2 tries in less than 5 minutes for the second rower to give Halifax a much healthier half-time lead than maybe everyone else were expecting. His second try of the game. 20 points to 0 with the kick to come. We've had some really classy tries, but sometimes in rugby league, simplicity is what gets you there. And Dufresne in at dummy half. Short ball to Matty G, who just powered his way over, showing the strength and desire to get his second try of the game and his 5th try of the season. In what I said before has been an outstanding season for him so far. As Dufresne, can he turn this 4-6 and give Halifax an even more comfortable lead at half time? Taking his time as always. Strikes it well, judges the win to perfection. And Louis Dufresne stretches the lead out at half time to Halifax Panthers 22, Newcastle Thunder 0. Welcome back to the Shay Stadium for today's Betfred Championship clash between the Halifax Panthers and Newcastle Thunder. And it's all good news so far for the Panthers as they hold a 22-0 lead over the Thunder. Tries from Ben Crooks, Lachlan Walmsley, and 2 quick-fire tries from Matty G just before half-time, with Louis Dufresne kicking 3 goals. But Halifax in the ascendancy in this must-win game But as we know in rugby league, things can change so quickly. And hopefully that doesn't happen, from our perspective anyway. As Dufresne gets us back underway. Goes deep and long towards that south stand. Miller takes. Long pass out to Donaghy. Newcastle look to go wide early. As Matty G flung himself for the tackle there, but just missed Tyler Walton. As Newcastle through Chapelhow get past the 20 to Ilatu. Traps 3 Halifax defenders with McComb struggling to keep him at bay. Here's Bamford, thought about the pass but steps inside. Well put down by Lannon on the 45. There's number 40, Evan Simons, kicks from dummy half. Has he judged it really well? He has. Pickersgill was urging that ball to go dead. But he takes it himself. And manages to get back in the field of play. Here's Saltonstall. Trying to get out of territory from what turned out to be a brilliant kick from Newcastle. Here's Crooks, whose try in the 9th minute started the show off for Halifax. Gets a good play of the ball as well. O'Brien finds Inman onto Kavanagh. Kavanagh short ball to Walmsley, gets it back. And a bit of panic there from Ben Kavanagh. He didn't really need to do that. And Halifax spill possession early in the piece, giving Newcastle a great opportunity to put some points on the board now. They'll have the scrum 30 metres out from the Fax line. Miller feeds and gets it back as Bailey wants to dummy his way through, but McComb and G do well. Here's Miller once more, hands on to Walton, and Walton meets the full force of a Dan Fleming tackle. As Newcastle edges the way towards the Fax line. Here's Bamford, short to Chapelhow. Chapelhow takes 3 Halifax men to stop his progress. Just short of the line. Here's Miller, short to Gallagher, and again to Clegg. Great defence there though from the Panthers. Here's Bamford. Dummies tries to cast the Panthers defence unaware, but they do well in the shape of Ryan Lannon. Last tackle here for the Thunder. Grubber goes through, and as Chapelhow got that ball down, the referee blows his whistle and he awards the try. And that's the perfect start to the second half for Newcastle. I think it was James Chapelhow who eventually touched the ball down under the post. And is the comeback on here for the Thunder? You know, nearly, and it silenced this crowd at the Shay. They can't believe the try's been scored. And Jack Miller under the post, you would think that he'd nail this conversion. Still taking his time. And he bangs the ball over the post. After less than 5 minutes, his second half, Newcastle strike back. He's still Halifax 22, Newcastle 6. But it's really subdued this Shay crowd for now. And what response have Halifax got now? Indeed, what response from the Thunder? Will it give them the confidence to keep coming back? As Dufresne once more will kick off for Halifax. He goes deep and left, taken by Miller, who goes short to Chapelhow this time, but is met by 3 Fax defenders in the shape of Leroy, Kavanagh and Inman, who put him down 15 metres out from his own line. Here's Gallagher. Bumps off the challenger Lanham, but's finished off by Fleming and Inman. Here's Bailey on to Tuliatu. Down onto Walker, and Walker makes some good yards before eventually being put down by Dufresne and McComb. Here's Tuliatu, thought about the pass but takes on himself. Put down downstairs from Leroy and O'Brien upstairs. Quick play of the ball though, as Simons goes from dummy half. He's a wave, and Simons, great run there, but he's cracked to the ground by Matty G, it looks like there. Bailey finds Miller. Miller posts the ball high, looking for the Newcastle chasers. Pickersgill does well. Does really well under pressure there. As Crooks wants to make even more yards away from the line, but Newcastle, as they've done plenty of times this game, getting numbers in the tackle while Fax are getting out of territory. Walmsley gets the ball now, trying to poke his nose through, but great tackle downstairs by Simons. Sorry, by Walton. As Crooks this time wants to make the break. Halifax making far too easy yards from a Newcastle point of view. Here's Lannan. Takes 3 Newcastle defenders to stop his progress. Last tackle here for Fax. Dufresne gets the ball from O'Brien and he just looks for length. He just goes straight down the throat of Donaghy. And Donaghy just sees a wall of blue and white in front of him. His hands off to Boafo, and Boafo is put down by Fleming, Kavanagh and Inman. Here's Alex Clegg. 5 on his back, but he's playing for in the centre for Newcastle today. He's put down just over the 30 by Gian McComb. They go bind. Here's Tuliatu. Met by Kavanagh and Dufresne. They struggle to put him down. He's still going past halfway. Slow play the ball though. As Bailey finds Barnforth, drops it off to Tyler Walton, and Walton has 3 Fax defenders meeting him there. Simons finds Barnforth onto Miller, drops it off to Gallagher, and Gallagher tries to find lazy defence on the inside, but nothing there. Last tackle here for the Thunder. Simons jumps out from dummy half onto Miller, and Miller puts it high, looking for the chase of Young, but well taken at the back by Pickersgill. And Newcastle making really good yards in this second half. Short ball by Walnes to Saltonstall, and Saltonstall just stopped there as Brandon Moore comes onto the field to replace Adam O'Brien, who's had a great game. And maybe Brandon Moore can just shore up the defence in this centre field. As Matty G makes some really good yards up towards halfway and leaving markers on the ground. Dufresne takes advantage, he jumps out from dummy half, but the referee is pinged him for an incorrect play of the ball. I think that's slightly harsh against Matty G there. I'm not too sure what he was supposed to do with Newcastle players all over him there. But yet again, Halifax conceding cheap possession. And Newcastle play the ball on halfway. Here's Walton. Met by Moore, but he's still going. Eventually put down by G. Here's Bailey. Thought about the short pass of Chapel, but goes out back to Miller, who finds Clegg on short. But he's put down by Kavanagh, Inman and Crooks. Chapelau just takes his shot, well collided there by Fleming. He's stealing yards after contact there is Chapelau, as Bailey thought about the pass, but he steps inside. To the consternation of Barnforth. He's put down there by Leroy. Still tackles here for Newcastle on Halifax's line. Barnforth chips through, looking for the try again, and the bounce goes Newcastle's way. And back come the Thunder, as James Chapelau gets his second try of the afternoon. His second try in 5 minutes. As Newcastle bring it back to 22 points to 10 with a kick to come. And yet again, this Shay crowd stunned into silence. As the grubber kick from Barnforth causing all sorts of chaos in the defence, and the bounce came up for Chapelhow once more. Who gets brought off the pitch before he can score his hat-trick. And after what was such a commanding position at half-time, this game's been turned on its head. As Miller bangs the ball through the post once more to bring the score to Halifax 22, Newcastle 12. As Fleming comes off the pitch, replaced by Dan Murray. As Dufresne once more goes deep and left. Miller collects once more, and it's Mish Clark fresh onto the pitch. But runs into Dan Murray and Ryan Lannon, who force him on his back into the turf. What's the response like from Halifax now? 2 tries conceding in quick succession. Newcastle work the blind side. Clegg steps inside, but well dealt with by Tom Inman. Miller finds Walton. Lovely answer in Newcastle as Tuliatu finds some space, and he's still going, Robert Tuliatu. Goes past halfway. Here's Barnforth. Hands on to Clark, and Clark finds Kavanagh waiting for him. Kavanagh stops his progress, but he's helped out by Murray. With Leroy downstairs. Last tackle here for the Thunder. Miller puts it really high and deep. Pickersgill waiting, takes it well. Looking for a gap in the defence, but the door closes. As Clark and Simon put him down. Here's Saltonstall. He goes past the 20 for Fax. As Brandon Moore waits at dummy half. He finds Crooks. Thought about the pass, but Crooks just goes himself. But he's put down by a 3-man Thunder tackle. Slowing the play, the ball down again. By Newcastle. Here's Leroy, a short ball to Lannon. Don't think you're expecting that, but he does well as Ryan Lannon. Really good yards. He's still going, Ryan Lannon. Goes past halfway, still going. Brilliant run from Ryan Lannon. As Pickersgill jumps into dummy half. Spot there were no markers. Throws the dummy. Pickersgill is through. Lovely play by Halifax. They're screaming from his left-hand side. The overlaps here, they can use it. Inman to Crooks. Crooks short to Walmsley. Walmsley, what a try! Lachlan Walmsley. Give him an inch and he'll take a mile. And Lachlan Walmsley takes his 31st try of the season. To maybe calm some nerves that were going round this stadium. It was that brilliant Ryan Lannon run off the short ball from Leroy that gave Fax the position. Ryan Lannon left markers on the floor. Brandon Pickersgill jumped in at dummy half. Made some even better yards from dummy half. And then they were queuing out on this left-hand side. And Ben Crooks, where he went himself in the first yard, gave it Walmsley, and in the tightest of spots, managed to plant the ball down over the line to score his 31st try of 2023 to bring the score to 26 points to 12 with a kick to come. And can Dufresne nail this touchline conversion? He's been kicking well so far, 3 from 4. He just drifts to the wrong side of the post, Dufresne. but he's still a 14-point gap. 3-score game. Halifax 26, Newcastle 12. With 25 minutes to go in the second half. And a great response from Halifax. After that mini onslaught from Newcastle as Walmsley collects the kick-off. Thought about the pass to Leroy, but he's going himself. He's wanting an hat-trick, is Walmsley, yet again. Here's Kavanagh. Twist out a tackle. Finds his front, 25 metres out. Quick play the ball as well. Inman finds Leroy, who winds up. Keeps hold this time. Put down by Simons. Here's Murray. Makes some good yards from the ruck there. 5 metres shy of halfway. Calls of offside from this east stand against the Newcastle defence as Lannon this time makes even more yards. Ryan Lannon. What a second half he's having. As Halifax on the last, just inside the 40, as Dufresne puts it high, looking for Saltonstall to chase once again. Boafo bots it back. It's going to go into the hands of Dan Murray. Dan Murray dummies, and Dan Murray scores his first try of the season. And what a celebration. He knows he's not had the season he had last year. But Super Dan Murray is back. And he's back in the try scoring. To put real daylight between the two sides now. With 30 points to 12 with a kick to come. Fax have really targeted that left wing, Gideon Boafo. Saltonstall were chasing and Boafo just batted it back, but batted it into the path of Dan Murray. Well, in other days, may well have passed it on, but he thought, I'm not doing a nudie this year. And he dived over the line to the delight of not just himself, but the South Stand. A real crowd favourite, Dan Murray. As Dufresne from bang in front boosts the ball. His fourth goal of the afternoon. And after that, it's Halifax 32, Newcastle 12. As Halifax regain that 20-point cushion. Donny puts it long there. And there's a referee giving offside. Wow! Mark the dates in your calendar, folks. 16th of July 2023. The referee's given a penalty for offside at the kickoff. That is a rarity. Giving Halifax a great position now to put even more points on the board. Can they go back to back as Leroy short ball line to Kavanagh and he's forward? Well, what a position to put even more points on the board, and they've just literally thrown it away. Why are they doing that on the zero tackle? I don't know. But the chance is gone. I suppose it's a nice idea, but let's think positively. It shows that they play with confidence enough to try those sort of moves. But it gives Newcastle a massive get out of jail free card there. As Walker plays the ball. As the Panthers, a defence hunting impact. To put down Walton. Here's Clark, finds Miller, short ball to Gallagher, great tackle down low by Ben Crooks. Barnforth dummying and shimmying, but he's put down by the challenge of Dan Murray and Tom Inman. Here's Clark. Keeps hold of the ball this time and does well. Goes past halfway and tries to play the ball. But it's gone the other way for him. He's tried to get up too quickly to play the ball, and the referee rules an incomplete play of the ball. And he's given those for both sides, to be fair to Cameron Worsley. And here's Halifax. A great starting position for the set as Inman jumps out from dummy half. The Newcastle marker was extremely quick. And then Inman just raced through the gap. Moore finds Lannon. Tries to shake off the challenger Clark. And for once, Lannon doesn't necessarily make that many yards. But he's slow play the ball. Moore finds Dufresne, brings on Leroy on the angle. Good challenge there by Walton. Here's Inman. Finds Dufresne, out the back to Pickersgill. Halifax have an overlap there if he can use it. Crooks goes past. Walmsley goes on the outside, chips inside. And surely Pickersgill's been held back there. And he is. Brad Gallagher's going to be sin-binned for Newcastle. And if this was a televised game, I'm sure they'd be going to the video ref for the merits of a penalty try there. But the referee showing leniency. Suppose you can't be certain on first viewing. But Halifax, we're playing against 12 men for the next 10 minutes. But Halifax will have 6 more tackles on this Newcastle line. A man down due to the sin-bin of Brad Gallagher as Murray takes it in. Gets a quick play of the ball too. Moore onto Inman. Finds Dufresne. Short ball to G. Steps inside. Can Matty G get a hat-trick today? Moore waits at dummy half. It's a 6 again for Halifax. Dufresne finds Pickersgill. Well stepped out of the challenge, but the reinforcements come. As Newcastle slowing this play the ball down yet again. Moore runs across field, finds Inman, brings on Murray on the angle. Well put down there by Walton. Quick play the ball on. Moore finds it to Inman. Inman short ball to Kavanagh. Kavanagh tries to step and swing out the tackle. Has he got the ball down, Kavanagh? No, just held up. But still in the field of play. Inman from dummy half. Surely. Evan Simons is offside there, and yet it's another 6 again. And then Simons still hasn't moved from the play of the ball. Murray runs across field. How much pressure can this Newcastle defence sustain? Moore finds Lannon. How he deserves a try for his efforts. He's still going, Ryan Lannon. He's still going. He's knocked the ball on. Oh, he's held up. I thought he'd lost the ball there, Ryan Lannon. Oh, he has lost the ball. My sight was right there. Trying to get the ball down. He's not the ball on. And Newcastle soak up all that pressure really well. And they'll get the scrum there. They'll try and eke out as much time as possible. Even though the in-game play clock might stop, the sin-bin clock doesn't stop. As Alex Clegg takes a tackle of Tom Inman. Here's Alex Young. Big contact there from Kevin Leroy and Dan Murray, who in his second stint has been everywhere for Halifax. Here's Mitch Clark. Pushes off the challenger Lannon, but Matty G sticks to him. As Newcastle take the tackle on the 35. Here's another substitute, Nicholas Stavely onto the field. Here's Bailey onto Tuliatu. Tuliatu step inside, tries to get the ball out, and he does to Donaghy, but well tackled there by Zach McComb. It had to be. Last tackle here for Newcastle, they go blind. And Bailey this time puts it high. Pickersgill rises and claims really well. He's been safe at the back as Pickersgill Jufrey in at dummy half, finds Saltonstall close to the ruck, and Saltonstall makes some good yards there. Pickersgill's felt the full effect of that challenge though. Touch of cramp with the physio comes on. Meanwhile, Matty G takes the tackle there as Jacob Fairbank comes on for the impressive Ryan Lannon. Here's Walmsley looking to go on the outside. He's still going, but he takes his tackle just in the field of play on the 40-metre line. Here's Crooks, jumps out from dummy half. Great footwork from Ben Crooks. Last tackle here for Fax. Walmsley finds Inman, and Inman pulls it high. Spiral kick is going everywhere, but well taken at the back by Donaghy. He just finds a gap round Brandon Moore, but Brandon Moore goes back in for more. Held out by Inman. Here's Boafo. Taken down by Jacob Fairbank. As Staveley reached the full force of that Calcott tackle. But Newcastle get a 6 again. Too much messing around to play the ball there. And Newcastle will have 6 more tackles. Here's Clark. Great run on the angle there. As Kevin Leroy has come off for Will Calcott. And Newcastle get a penalty as well to compound the mistake from Halifax there. Miller wasting no time in booting the ball into touch. They'll tap. Bailey finds Clark, and Clark tackled by 3 Panthers defenders, 15 metres out, centre field. Simons finds Staveley, and Staveley takes on Murray, but Murray does well, puts him down. It's a quick play the ball though. Simons shimmies at the dummy half, short to Clark, but well tackled there by Kavanagh. He's still going. He's looking to get the ball out. He does. Simons finds Miller out to Alex Clegg, and Walmsley looking for the intercepts like he always seems to get every game, but for once he's dropped the ball, and Newcastle have another set of 6 on this Halifax line. This time, can Halifax soak up this pressure? Simons, loose pass from dummy half. Bailey picks up as Newcastle just look to reset. Clark gets the ball, little run around with Simons. Miller onto Bamford, long ball out. Walmsley gets hand to it, but Newcastle knock on. It's Crooks. Crooks is away. Hands on to Walmsley, and Walmsley got the pace on the outside. He steps inside. Newcastle get back really well. But yet again, more opportunity for Halifax now as Pickersgill jumps in at half-back, finds Calcott. Good footwork at the line. He's put down just shy of the 40. Brandon Moore finds Jufrey, onto G. Finds McComb out the side, wide to Saltonstall. Saltonstall's going to be in the corner, but he gets inside to Zach McComb. And Zach McComb will finish off under the post to get his 3rd try of the season. Matty G was there, and I was hoping that they'd give the ball to him for his hat-trick. But it don't matter who's scoring it. It's another 4 points for the Panthers. And we're just over 10 minutes to go. Halifax push the lead further out to 36 points to 12 with a kick to come. Worked the ball out wide really well. And I thought Saltonstall might have gone himself in the corner, but sensibly slowed up, drew the fullback, and passed on the inside to McComb, who came inside to improve the angle for Louis Jufrey. You would think to get his 5th goal of the afternoon. And Jufrey boosts the ball through the post, the flags are up. And with that, Halifax now have a 26-point lead with 10 minutes to go. It's the Panthers 38, Newcastle Thunder 12. As Newcastle may well be going short here. They are, as Miller going to sit there. The Halifax bat it back to welcome arms of Dufresne, who finds Calcott. Calcott's got broken field here. Slips out the tackle. Brilliant yards there from Calcott. As Halifax look in the mood to put more points on. They're running in pairs, it's always good to see. Murray takes his tackle just past halfway. Moore finds Dufresne, short ball to G, steps inside. Well tackled by Staveley and Tuliatu. Halifax 35 metres out. Moore finds Fairbank, thought about the pass but goes himself. Jacob Fairbank. Takes his tackle there on the 20. Inman takes to the line, short ball to Kavanagh, and Kavanagh's away, and Ben Kavanagh goes over to well and truly put this game to bed. 42-12 with a kick to come. And what a lovely ball from Tom Inman, who's had an outstanding game for the Panthers. Brought in with, I'd say, 5 minutes notice due to the injury in the warm-up to James Woodburn-Hall. Into the half-back role, and he's had a brilliant game. Taking it to the line. Short ball to Kavanagh, who was just too fast and too strong for the Newcastle defence. And he goes over for his 6th try of the season. And with just under 9 minutes to go here, Halifax are really finishing with a wet sail here. Can Dufresne convert this score? Guides it through really well. The flags are up as Louis Dufresne kicks his 6th goal of the game to make the score. Halifax Panthers 44, Newcastle Thunder 12. I don't think Newcastle will try the short kick-off again now. Donaghy goes long, taken by Saltonstall. Hands on to Calcott. Here's Saltonstall running from dummy half. Calls of an eye tackle but nothing given. He was across the shoulders. Here's McComb. Great run there by Zach McComb, brilliant yards. Fleming onto the field for Dan Murray meanwhile. Here's Brandon Moore jumping out from dummy half. Brilliant yards here for Halifax, they're wanting more points. Aiming in a dummy half. Feeds Fleming close to the ruck, nice little dummy. As Fleming's put down just outside the 20. Last tackle here for Fax. Onto Inman. Finds Dufresne, Dufresne chips it over the top, looking for G to chase. But Boafo takes it on the full. But well defended there by Louis Dufresne, chased his own kick. As Halifax really putting the pressure on this defence. Marcus Walker put down by McComb and Calcott. Here's Young. Steps out to challenge him more, but he finds Fleming and Fairbank waiting for him. More defence from Fairbank and Calcott. Helped out by Moore on Clegg. Here's Clark. Running across field, which he takes up himself. Big contact there from Fleming. Helped out by Kavanagh. Last tackle already for Newcastle, and they're barely out their own 20. Miller just boosts it as long as he can. It grubbers along the floor. Pickersgill controls this foot. Hands on to Saltonstall. Saltonstall looking to counter attack. He's put down just over the 40 metre line. Coming up to 5 minutes to go. Great run there by Matty G, who takes it past halfway for Fax. Moore finds Fairbank. Fairbank, short ball to Fleming. Fleming makes some really good yards there, Dan Fleming. But they put him down just on the 40. Messing around to play the ball. Brandon Moore. Blind to Jufrey out the back to Pickersgill. As Ben Crooks drops the ball. But Pickersgill makes amends by putting the Newcastle winger down. Here's Clegg. Great shot there from Jacob Fairbank. Curtis Davis waits at dummy half, fires out to Bailey, and Staveley knocks the ball under, no real pressure, and Tom Inman dives on the ball. But the referee rules there's no real advantage. And Halifax will get the scrum. 40 metres out centre field. And when they look to attack this, to this end, some more tries here as the rain starts to fall here at the Shay. We've done well to avoid it for 75 minutes of this game. As Inman. And this referee, Cameron Words, has been very particular about his scrums all day. Eventually, it's fed, and Jufrey runs at the line onto McComb. McComb tries to go on the outside, but sensibly in this now greasy weather, comes back inside. Jufrey finds G, short ball to Calcott, and Calcott runs to the teeth of the Newcastle defence. They put him down. Less than 15 metres out from the line. Another penalty to Halifax, who have easily won the penalty count today. Not even a hint of going for goal now. They want more tries for Halifax as Inman finds Fairbank, and Fairbank put down by 3 Newcastle defenders. Less than 10 out from the line. More waits. Short ball to Fleming, and Fleming trying to force his way over the line there, but Newcastle grouping numbers to push him back into the field of play. Loads of tackles in the bag here for Halifax as Brandon Moore goes over himself, and yet again it seems to happen every time he plays. Brandon Moore gets his 5th try of the season from yet another dummy half barge over. And we're less than 3 minutes to go here. Halifax push the lead further out. To 48-12 with a kick to come. Leaving Jufrey a straightforward conversion attempt. Jufrey guides it through the post. For his 7th goal of the game, and it's 50 up for Halifax. And you can't ask for much more in terms of response after last week. After such a demoralising afternoon at Batley. 50 points to 12. 22-0 at half time. As Tom Inman quite rightly gets announced as the man of the match. An outstanding game from the hometown boy. As McComb takes the ball into the Newcastle defence, wants a quick play of the ball and gets it. Moore, the latest try scorer, jumps out from dummy half. Less than 90 seconds to go. Here is Inman, jumps in the dummy half. Fairbank fires it onto Fleming, and Fleming does really well. He's had a good game as well. Dan Flynn, when he's been on, he's got a quick play of the ball too. Moore out from dummy half onto Calcott. Calcott finds a gap onto Inman, and Inman surely tackled early by Curtis Davis, but the referee didn't see it. How fitting would it have been for Inman to get a try? But it matters not really, as Halifax comfortable winners today, possibly answering some of the critics for this display. And helping the points difference out. No end. As Mitch Clark drops a fairly easy ball there. As Jacob Fairbank really wanting to get on with it quickly. They form the scrum quickly, want to stop the clock. Less than 20 seconds to go. As the referee stops the clock with 12 seconds left. Probably one tackle left. As Halifax maybe throw it in one of their early season scrum moves. Inman finds Dufresne, short ball to Crooks, and Crooks takes a tackle as the clock goes down to 0. Last tackle of the game. Dufresne goes short, chips it over, looking for Walmsley. Walmsley takes it back inside. The touch just flags up. The game comes to the end, and what a game it was. Halifax bouncing back from that heavy defeat away to Batley last week with a 9-try demolition of Newcastle Thunder. 2 tries apiece from Lachlan Walmsley and Matty G, with Ben Crooks, Zach McComb, Ben Kavanagh, Brandon Moore and Dan Murray, who got his first try of the season. Louis Dufresne kicking 7 goals, with 2 tries from James Chappellow and 2 goals from Jack Miller in vain for Newcastle. As Halifax fight back with a vengeance. Final score here at the Shay: Halifax Panthers 50, Newcastle Thunder 12.